HRC 2025 LGBTQ Equality City Index is here. Florida has high of highs and low of lows. As attacks on LGBTQ+ rights escalate across the U.S., the Human Rights Campaign's Foundation's 2024 Municipal Equality Index highlights hope at the city level. The index, released with the Equality Federation, assesses 506 cities on their queer inclusivity through laws, policies, and services. This year, a record-breaking 130 cities earned perfect scores, which equals over 25% of those surveyed. HRC President Kelley Robinson emphasized the importance of local leadership in advancing equality, saying, quote, "Local politics shapes our lives just as much as state or national politics. Mayors and city councilors who take LGBTQ inclusion seriously build stronger communities," end quote. However, the MEI's release occurs amidst a turbulent political climate. Over 558 anti-LGBTQ+ bills were introduced nationwide in 2024, including measures restricting gender-affirming care and implementing curriculum censorship. The impact is evident. 85 cities offering transgender-inclusive health benefits for municipal employees now have to face restrictive state laws blocking minors from accessing these services. Florida stands out in the report, showcasing the nation's highs and lows. Cities like Wilton Manors and Orlando achieved perfect scores, demonstrating steadfast support for queer rights. However, many Florida cities scored significantly lower due to statewide anti-LGBTQ legislation. At the MEI launch in Tempe, Arizona, Robinson also highlighted cities leading the charge for equality, even in states without statewide protections. She cited Tempe as a model, noting its inclusive measures drive economic growth and create welcoming environments. Similarly, the MEI honored 76 all-star cities for scoring above 85 points despite hostile state laws. Here are the Florida scores, including perfect score. Perfect score of 100 goes to Fort Lauderdale, Hollywood, Miami, Orlando, St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Wilton Manors. Other Florida cities did not fare as well, including the bottom on equality, including Daytona Beach with 39, Hialeah with 57, Cape Coral with 56, Jacksonville with 68, and Pembroke Pines with 70. Can somebody explain to me how the hell Miami's on that? Someone explain to me how in the living F is Miami on that list as a perfect score? As a Miamian, I can say that, okay? It is not safe and great to live in Miami and be a queer person, all right? Or be part of the LGBTQ+ fabric, okay? So I don't get it, okay? Like the other cities, I definitely agree with. Hollywood has come such a long way. I love Hollywood. I love everybody involved with the LGBTQ+ council over there. They have made that city great to live in as an LGBTQ+ person. Their My Hollywood Pride in January has surpassed so many other prides in just coming together, inclusivity, family friendly. I can go on and on. They have a great host too. I'm not surprised with Hollywood, in Fort Lauderdale and Orlando. Orlando has become such a force to be reckoned with. They've had to fight Disney in such a way. They've had to still be as gay as possible and be the biggest venue when it comes to gay days and stuff like that, where we infiltrate Orlando. But I'm surprised big time on the Miami aspect of it. I put Miami with Hialeah and the other places that scored low in my book. Obviously, people are checking how LGBTQ+ is treated in the workplace, how they're treated outside of the workplace. DEI measures for different companies to educate their employees on LGBTQ+ issues, stuff like that all come into play. But I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what you boys think and how your city is on the list.
Well, when people ask me where I live, I don't say Florida. I say I live in Fort Lauderdale. And that's my way of emphasizing the difference. Mm-hmm. That Fort Lauderdale is a safe place for queer people, where Florida may not be. And as a 10-year Fort Lauderdale resident, I am proud of my city's perfect score of 100.
Listen, the mayor's gay. Dean is amazing. Dean Trantelis is the freaking man. You heard it from me. He's the freaking man, and he just got reappointed. He got reelected.
And Sunshine Cathedral is in Fort Lauderdale.
And we are in Fort Lauderdale. Mark, where you're at on that? Where are you on this?
I don't even think Palm Beach Gardens is listed on it. We might be so small that we didn't get
Well, you're also too close to Mar-a-Lago, so there's also that, right?
Palm Beach County, you don't really want to get too much into that. We're probably pretty low on the list, but I do just love seeing that this is the results, though, of a lot of real boots on the ground activism, because it's not necessarily the biggest organizations that are responsible for these cities being high or even being low. I think it really is like you at home. It's working with small nonprofits. You know how we always say about businesses, you know, to put that money in locally, spend with local businesses. I really do think that activism should be the same way. That if you're going to write a check to a big organization, that's great. We'll go volunteer for a little one, go to some of these events that we're talking about and promoting. These cities that are doing really well, it's because of people like you who are out there doing that work locally.
Andrew, where do you live and what do you think?
I live in Hollywood, but I lived in Wilton Manors for 12 years before it was Wilton Manors, like when it was growing up. So I saw when it wasn't a perfect score here too in Wilton Manors also, and saw as they built it up, as Gary became mayor, and then you know, they continue to grow. Hollywood is continue to grow. They've started Pride. I think they're on year 4, and it continues to grow, and it's amazing. They're inclusive. They've built downtown. They've tried to do gay bars and restaurants. It hasn't been as successful, but they continue to try. They continue to try and bring it in. It's just getting the people from up here to go down there, because there's a lot of gay LGBT residents in Hollywood, but they're not frequenting those venues. They're even in their backyard. I don't know. And being in a marketing company, I don't even know what to tell the people, because it's like, you have a gay nightclub right there. And you can go either way. You can go down to Miami, which most people don't from Broward, or you can go up to Wilton, and you're centrally located. But you're literally blocks from your house, and you still will drive the 12. And I guess it's just a crowd draws a crowd. So it's figuring out some way. But Pride has drawn the crowd. They do bring a great crowd. So it's just building off of that, I think. But they've done an amazing job.
And they've had the Pride for 4 years, you know, so there's, like you said, they're still working on it. Some people in Hollywood, the message still hasn't gotten to them yet that we're queer friendly and we're not going anywhere, you know, and that's the LGBTQ Council's job, and they're doing a great job of doing it, you know. When I think of Wilton Manors, I think of the gayest city commission ever in life. I mean, you know, our mayor, Scott Newton, who is not gay, but again, the gayest straight man I have ever met in life. Like, he will wear boas to our Pride celebrations. He will be there helping setting up because he's so excited about it, you know? And that's the kind of the passion that we need as leaders.
And he's done great. You know, before, when you had Gary, you had Justin, and then Scott. I mean, they've all built. Scott was on the council and the city commission, so he's always been supportive and does great. The whole council's amazing. And then you have the Wilton Manors Business Association building it up. I mean, we have a lot of great assets in Wilton Manors. Visit Lauderdale. They're out there every year, all over the country, boosting Fort Lauderdale and Wilton Manors. So the scores are great. And now it's just getting some of the other cities like Miami they have a score, but like you said, it's I think it's because of the way the questions are asked, and the companies, the corporate offices that are in Miami, like an Amazon or something, their practices are inclusive
to their employees.
So they get the credit.
They get those points. And there's also some incredible nonprofits down there. Let's not, you know, forget about them that are doing the damn work for all of us.
And you also have Winter Party, White Party. You have Miami Beach Gay Pride. So there are a lot of organizations that do build up Miami, but Miami as a whole still has work to do.
And with that, you just reminded me of something. I wanted to give a quick shout out going out to Mr. Chris Caputo, who just got appointed vice mayor of Wilton Manors. Congratulations, sir. Well deserved. You know that we all adore you and support you, and you got a lot of work to do, my friend. You know, it's like, I mean, we'll talk more about this later, but I mean, we need the right people in place to do this fighting.
Absolutely.